Mike Moore Media, the first place to hear Rockingham County news and information.
Rockingham County Today is sponsored by Cone Health and today's Annie Penn Hospital. So advanced is so close to home. ConeHealth.com. Madison Board of Aldermen met last night. Mayor David Myers gave an update on the Lindsay Bridge project, and the board gave Town Manager Kevin Bond authority to sign a $306,000 contract for grant money, part of the original proposal. Access to the Dan River at Lindsay Bridge will close Monday to allow NC Fish and Wildlife, Parks and Recreation to begin work, including moving an endangered fish north of the dam for spawning. 1 to 2 ton boulders will be placed in the river, and 7 weirs are being constructed. It's all part of a project to open 50 miles of the river for recreation. Myers said police will be stepping up patrols in the work zone because it won't be safe for residents who may be tempted to watch the progress. In other business, Mavis Dillon, president of Western Rockingham Chamber of Commerce, announced a ribbon cutting for Madtown Barber Shop and Salon in Rockingham Square near Always and Forever Florist tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Darren Dalton, a native of Stoneville, is the owner. Also, a new boutique, Bluestone Ivy, will be opening soon on Murphy Street. The Chamber is making plans for Shop Small Business Saturday this fall. It looks like a longtime favorite event, Trick or Treat, in downtown Madison, will be canceled this year due to COVID-19. A final decision will be made when the board meets October 8th, about a week after the governor could announce new reopening plans for the state. David Peters was appointed to a 3-year term on the Board of Adjustment, and Alderman Mickey Silvers and Tom Rogers will be part of a selection committee for the annual Good Neighbor and Citizen of the Year awards to be presented in December. Remington Outdoor Company has agreed to sell its ammunitions business out of bankruptcy to JJE Capital Holdings, an investment firm in South Carolina, for $65 million in cash. The offer is subject to higher bids at an auction September 17th. Remington filed for Chapter 11 for the second time in July with an intent to sell its assets. Funeral services for Jonathan Craig, Executive Director of Human Resources for Rockingham County Schools, will be held at Hines Funeral Services in Martinsville tomorrow at 11 o'clock. The family will receive friends today from 1 until 5. Part of a message on the school Facebook page, it's an incredible loss for the RCS family. Jonathan Craig made an impact on our district for students and staff. We will be working together to support each other. FM radio antennas have been installed for WLOE in Eden and WMYN in Mayodan, and final engineering work is now being done. 92.5 and 97.5 will be on the air soon, reaching almost 1 million potential listeners. The AM stations, 1490 and 1420, will continue to operate. In golf news, the U.S. Golf Association is moving its testing center for all kinds of golf equipment from New Jersey to Moore County, North Carolina, and will be hosting the U.S. Open at Pinehurst Resort in 2024, 29, 35, 41, and 2047. State lawmakers have approved $18 million in incentives, with projected long-term economic benefits for the state of more than $2 billion. Deer season opens tomorrow in North Carolina. I'll be talking to Philip Griffin, an officer with the North Carolina Wildlife Commission, about rules and regulations. Our podcast will be posted mid-morning today. Now, a message from Lane's Family Pharmacy in Eden. On September 11th, 2001, America was forever changed. It has been 19 years since the attacks, but that tragic day, which served as a true test of the American spirit, will be remembered always. So on this day, we observe Patriot Day and all that it represents. We honor the value of life, those we loved and lost, our country's resilience, and the strength of the American spirit. Lane's Family Pharmacy, NC 14, Eden. Rockingham County weather today, a 50% chance of rain, possible thunderstorms, high 85, low 67. Saturday, a 40% chance of rain, high 74. Sunday, a mix of sun and clouds, high 81. Monday, a 40% chance of rain, high 80. Get current weather information anytime at mikemore.media, along with Rockingham, our live stream weather camera. That's sponsored by Heat and Air Controllers. You can depend on them for year-round comfort, whatever the weather. Need a tow? Dave's Towing is a call away, 24 hours a day. Keep this number handy for Dave's Towing, 336-932-7478. Are you looking for an apartment or home? If so, keep in mind that people and companies that sell, rent, and finance housing are required to serve everyone regardless of race, color, national origin, religion, sex, handicap, or family status. The town of Stoneville has adopted a fair housing plan and actively promotes fair housing. If you believe you have been unfairly discriminated against when seeking housing in the town of Stoneville, please contact the Stoneville Fair Housing Officer, Lori Armstrong, 336-573-9393, TTY TTD, Relay NC 711. Now today's Consumer Report.
Consumers have been paying off credit card debt since the start of the pandemic. In its latest credit card debt study, WalletHub reports Americans began the year owing more than $1 trillion in credit card debt, but paid off $60 billion in the first quarter. They paid $58 billion in the second quarter. The IRS is sitting on 9 million unclaimed economic impact payment checks and wants to get rid of them. Beginning September 24th, the agency will start mailing letters to taxpayers who usually don't file federal income tax returns, but who may be eligible for checks, asking them to step up and claim theirs. Kroger Health is expanding its flu shot program to make it available to more people in more places. The company says it will use its drive-through coronavirus testing sites to administer the shots, thus taking the pressure off other healthcare facilities. I'm Mark Huffman. Learn more at consumeraffairs.com.
Now a check on the community calendar. Annual September 11th ceremony today at Stokesdale Fire Department, US 158, starting at 11. Free drive-through mobile food market for Madison and Mayodan residents not served by Lot 2540 today at 401 West Decatur Street in Madison. That's between 3 and 5. Approximately 60 pounds of fresh produce, meat, bread, and staple items will be given to qualified families based on income. Take ID and proof of address. For more information, call 336-840-9061. Live bluegrass and gospel music at the Sandy Ridge Community Center tomorrow at 6, featuring the Grassifieds. Concessions, hot dogs, homemade chili and slaw, barbecue, chips, drinks, and dessert. The Great River Race, Saturday, September 19th, Clay Street Landing on the Dan River, Eden. 1.7-mile race to Leakesville Landing begins at 9. Register at the Eden Chamber of Commerce or City of Eden. That's sponsored by Get Fit Rockingham. Rockingham County COVID-19 testing site at Annie Penn Hospital, Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Use the Maple Street entrance, available for adults and children without doctor's orders. The Salvation Army of Rockingham County Angel Tree registration now underway for Reedsville families through September 22nd, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. by appointment only, 704 Barn Street, Reedsville. Registration for Eden and Madison Mayodan families, September 28th through October 20th, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. by appointment only, 314 Morgan Road, Eden. We'll be glad to announce an event for you. Just text it to 336-932-1881 or email rockinghamcountync@gmail.com. Let's take a look at today in history. 1777, American forces under General George Washington were forced to retreat at the Battle of Brandywine Creek by the British forces under William Howe. The American flag was carried into battle for the first time. In TV land, 1967, The Carol Burnett Show premiered. 1970, The Last Get Smart episode aired. 1974, Little House on the Prairie made its debut. In North Carolina, 1987, 52 years to the day after ground was broken in Allegheny County, the Blue Ridge Parkway was formally dedicated in Buncombe County. How long is the Blue Ridge Parkway, you ask? 469 miles. I gave you a moment to think about that. Big name birthdays: Harry Connick Jr., 53, Chris Brown, 42, Ludacris, 43, Christy McNichol, 58, Brian De Palma, 80. Today is Patriot Day, a national day of service and remembrance.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Rockingham County Today is sponsored by Cone Health. We're with you, conehealth.com. And by All About Floors, Good Smiles, Carolina Fuels, Vernon Family Dairy, Fair Funeral Home, Rise Up Reidsville, Shop Rockingham County. Let's finish with our motivational moment, and I have this from Deepak Chopra. For me and my family personally, September 11th was a reminder that life is fleeting, impermanent, and uncertain. Therefore, we must make use of every moment and nurture it with affection, tenderness, beauty, creativity, and laughter. Thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate that. Have a good Friday. Make it a great weekend. And remember to count your blessings.